Coming up live at 6, the second SA presidential debate was last night. We take a look at what both candidates are promising.
The U.S.-Russia split on Syria continues, with the U.S. accusing Russia of covering up the Syrian chemical attacks.
And some bad news out of Australia. The Great Barrier Reef is in trouble. Why this natural wonder is in danger of being destroyed. All that and more right now.
This is CitrusTV News live at 6, your campus news leader.
Our top story tonight, it's official that SU's beloved bar Hungry Chuck's last day will be 1 week from today. Good evening, I'm Jackie Prager.
And I'm Nick Papantonis. The bar announced it will have its last days open to the public this weekend, but they'll be having a special graduation party for students next Tuesday.
Chuck's has decided to go out with a bang. They will have half-price drinks and a banner for students to sign. This year's Syracuse University Scholars have been selected. 12 seniors will represent the entire graduating class on May 14th's commencement ceremony. This is one of the highest honors that undergraduates can receive at Syracuse. Scholars are selected based on their schoolwork, academic achievement, independent research, and creative work. Before graduation, they'll be honored at the Chancellor's House on May 10th. Syracuse City School District is facing a multi-million-dollar shortfall in funding. The school's board asked for $20 million in financial aid, but the state passed a budget giving Syracuse only $12 million. In Mayor Minor's city budget address, she says the school district may also be facing cuts from federal funding. She says the board is preparing how to react if all the financial cuts become a reality.
The second straight Student Association presidential debate was last night. CitrusTV reporter Zach Levine tells us that this time, the vice presidents had the spotlight.
Here at Maxwell Hall, it was James Franco versus Tyler Rossi, round 2.
The debate allowed each campaign to go into more depth about their platform and issues facing the SU community. First up to talk were James Franco and Angie Patty. Patty began by talking about her campaign's theme, proactivity.
We want to talk about issues before they become issues. We want to have systems in place so that we're combating issues so that students don't feel like we're reacting to things and that we're actually acting for the people throughout the entirety of the school year.
Franco touched on his campaign's 4 pillars: safety, diversity, health and advocacy, and engagement experience. Then it was Rossi's turn.
Transparency, integrity, and accountability continues to be the bedrocks of our campaign. These qualities are something we have truly learned and felt here at CUSE and kept very close to our hearts.
Coming prepared with carefully laid out talking points, it quickly became clear that Tin was going to get the majority of the airtime for his campaign. Franco touched on creating better transportation options for SU students, such as a shuttle bus that runs along Euclid Avenue. Both campaigns did agree that there needs to be more inclusivity and diversity at SU. Voting is open on April 17th and runs through the 20th. Students may vote on MySlice.
Zachary Levine, CitrusTV News.
The city of Syracuse will be star-studded this summer. The Outlaw Music Festival is coming to the Lakeview Amphitheater in July. The lineup includes big names like Willie Nelson, Bob Dylan, Sheryl Crow, the Avett Brothers, and more. Tickets go on sale starting this Friday.
Despite existing in one of America's snowiest cities, Syracuse University has only canceled class a handful of times in the school's history due to snow. And who keeps a promenade clean in the midst of the upstate New York winter? CitrusTV reporter Conor Wight has the story.
For years, Syracuse, New York has been one of the snowiest cities in the United States, and the University on the Hill isn't immune to the snowfall. The job of the physical plant is to ensure this snow doesn't inhibit SU. But their biggest concern isn't with the snow, but the slippery stuff underneath.
Our biggest issue is ice, when ice builds up. So when it snows and we salt and we plow and then the salt melts the snow and then overnight it freezes or during the day it freezes and turns to ice, that's where our biggest issues are.
So like it or not, it's equipment like this that are going to keep the paths clear for your 8 a.m. But there is a limit. How much snow is going to close the school?
We receive anything more than 12 inches of snow in a 12-hour period. That seems to be our cutoff.
If you went home over the Thanksgiving and spring breaks, you didn't notice any school-threatening snowfall. Many would have assumed that this was a light winter for snowy Syracuse. However, more snow hit CNY than you may have thought.
Central New York averages about 120 inches a year, and people thought their view of this year was sort of a light winter. but we still reached 134 inches of snow.
With all that snow, the physical plant faces a demanding job. Students are split on whether or not they handle the task well.
No, they do not. For this to be the snowiest city in the nation, I definitely think that there could be a very stronger job.
I actually think they do a really great job. Honestly, they don't do a very good job on South Campus, so when we leave sometimes I'm like, how on earth am I going to get to class? But it's pretty good.
Either way, the physical plant boasts a large inventory of equipment. So whether it's designed to clear snow and ice or cut the lawn, the Syracuse physical plant has the tools to do the job. Conor Wight, Citrus TV News.
Thankfully, we're just done, hopefully, with all that snow. It turned into rain today, but the last few days, near 80.
I know, I'm really shocked, but I really do hope that this rainy weather goes away so we can enjoy that nice sunny weather that we saw the other day. But we have Gilat Melamed in studio to give us that update. Gilat?
Yeah, thanks, guys. Definitely the snow is gone for now. 70s all up and down the coast. A couple of 60s and 50s in the middle of the country and a few 40s up in the north. Right now, 63 degrees, have that on and off rain still for the past 2 hours. High of today, though, did go up to 73. Will these warm temperatures continue for the rest of the week? I'll tell you coming up in my full forecast.
And after the break, Rex Tillerson goes to Moscow to discuss Syria.
And United stock plummets after a video showed a man being dragged off a flight. Stay tuned.
Hey, Hard, what's this? That's my resignation letter. You're resigning? Why? Because you're constantly ignoring me. You're half as active as you used to be, and you eat stuff like this. You've been putting me under a lot of pressure lately. That's why I'm ready to quit. I forgot. I'll do better. Please, don't quit on me. Okay, but remember, it's not what you say. It's what you do.
Listen to your heart. Don't let it quit on you.
Let's go for a walk.
Uncontrolled high blood pressure could lead to a stroke, heart attack, or death. Get yours to a healthy range before it's too late.
It's a beautiful day out here. Sunny today with light breezes, giving way to clouds in the afternoon. We could see some light precipitation to moderate precipitation later on, followed by powerful storm-like conditions. 90 miles per hour winds are expected. Authorities are asking everyone, stay indoors. Come on, that's it. Let's go.
Come on, it's not that hard.
My big man fingers are having a problem with these little tiny buttons.
Whoa, watch it there. Your blood pressure's gonna go through the roof.
Tell me about it. I'm trying to learn how to get it down. Instead, it keeps going up.
High blood pressure can increase the risk for heart attack or stroke. Learn how to keep yours at a healthy range.
Ever hear a voice command? Just say text barbershop to 97779.
That's not what I said.
Just give me that. Now my blood pressure's up.
You're watching Citrus TV News with Jackie Prager, Nick Papantonis, and Gilat Melamed with weather. Citrus TV News continues now.
Just hours ago, the White House accused the Russian government of trying to cover up the chemical weapons attack in Syria. The Oval Office says the Syrian and Russian governments attempted to confuse people about the assault through misinformation and false narratives.
The document calls for countries to condemn Syria's use of chemical weapons and criticizes Russia for shielding the Assad regime. Secretary of State Rex Tillerson arrived in Moscow this morning to meet with Russian officials. Tomorrow's meeting is set to discuss current tensions in the conflict.
United Airlines skies aren't looking too friendly. Their stocks fell nearly 4% today, and the company will lose over $800 million off its market cap.
This comes after a passenger was forcibly removed from a flight traveling to Louisville in a now viral incident.
The CEO apologized to other passengers, but not the man dragged off, who the CEO describes as a, quote, disruptive and belligerent.
An accidental attack on a refugee camp will not stop President Trump from selling planes to the Nigerian government.
Trump has restarted a deal made by President Obama to help Nigeria fight terrorist group Boko Haram. The deal was stopped when those plans accidentally targeted a refugee camp and killed 90.
The $6 million deal still needs to be approved by Congress, but appears to have enough support to pass.
And Republicans are on edge over a special congressional election in Kansas today. Democrat James Thompson is making the race to fill the open House seat uncomfortably close for Republicans who expected an easy win.
This is the first special election since Trump took power. Trump and Vice President Mike Pence have been on Twitter all day attempting to get people out to vote in the district. They won by 20%.
Press Secretary Sean Spicer is in trouble again after favorably comparing Hitler to Syrian President Assad. Here's what he had to say.
Someone as despicable as Hitler, who didn't even sink to using chemical weapons.
Hitler did use gas to kill millions during the Holocaust, and Spicer later said that those chemical weapons were used in different ways, but that response has not helped with the critics. And moving overseas, an explosion in the German city of Dortmund has soccer fans on edge.
The local soccer team, Borussia Dortmund, was traveling on a bus to their home stadium to play in the Champions League quarterfinals. That's when a bomb went off outside the bus, injuring one of the team's players.
He was rushed to the hospital, and the game has been postponed until tomorrow.
And over to Asia. Philippine troops killed 5 suspected Islamic State militants in its central provinces.
There were 3 of the troops were killed and 2 were injured in the attack. The militants were part of the ISIS branch in southern Philippines, where over 24 captives are currently being held.
The attack comes after the Canadian and American embassies warned citizens to avoid traveling in the central provinces of the Philippines. The group's motive is still unknown.
Closer to home, a Mexico City car park collapsed today, killing 7 construction workers and injured 10 more. The car park has been under construction and was only partially built upon its collapse.
Government officials say the collapse was caused by workers trying to install a concrete beam, but others say the misplacement of a heavy load during the construction process is the cause of the collapse. Investigation of the company will determine if they are responsible. A huge drug bust in Central America today. Authorities have seized more than 1 ton of cocaine from a boat traveling off of Costa Rica.
The cocaine was being transported inside black bags hidden in a secret compartment of the vessel.
Authorities say 4 of the fishermen on the boat have been arrested. Coming up, a huge electronics company at risk.
And the Great Barrier Reef is being destroyed. Find out why when we come back.
Adventure can be found anywhere, but the best place to start is in the forest.
I spy something beginning with S.
Snow?
No.
Snow-covered trees.
Nothing to do with snow.
Head outside to discover incredible animals and beautiful plants that come together to create an unforgettable adventure.
Wow.
So grab your loved ones.
Don't even.
And explore a world of possibilities.
Come on, this way.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find the closest forest or park to you.
Here we go. We're gonna go out there in the rain. You're gonna get wet. All right, here we go. Okay, oh yeah, yes. So much fun. Mwah.
Look at you. You're at the top of your game. You're unstoppable. Nothing can throw you off track. Wait, is that your car? Uh-oh. Yeah, I saw that coming. That will throw you off track. You're looking at around 10 grand in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Let's try this again. Smart move. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
If you see news happening on campus, in Syracuse, or across the nation, call the CitrusTV newsroom, 315-443-1177, or tweet at CitrusTV News, your campus news leader.
Scientists have found a new way to treat and possibly reverse Parkinson's disease. This comes just in time for April's Parkinson's Awareness Month. Scientists say brain cell therapy will help patients by making replacement cells to fix the damaged brain. Although the findings are at the early stages, experts believe that brain cell therapy will be promising. Scientists are now working to make sure that treatment is safe. And no matter if you're on the light or the dark side of the Force, this is a cause you can get behind. Force for Change is the new fundraising initiative for UNICEF and the Starlight Children's Foundation. The 4-week venture celebrates the 40th anniversary of George Lucas's original Star Wars film. Those who donate to the cause get a chance to win big Star Wars prizes, such as attending the premiere of Star Wars: The Last Jedi or a trip to the Skywalker Ranch.
Toshiba has announced that its future is at risk. The company, known for consumer electronic products, has filed its delayed financial results. It reported a loss of nearly $5 billion from April to December. The news raises questions of whether or not Toshiba will be taken off of Tokyo's stock exchange list. The company plans to hold a news conference to address people's questions and concerns and outline its future plans.
Scientists say Australia's Great Barrier Reef is now in its terminal stage. That's a quote.
Surveys found that severe bleaching events have impacted 2/3 of Australia's Great Barrier Reef. Reports show that 2 mass bleaching events leave only the southern parts of the reef in good condition.
The rest of the coral is damaged, and scientists say there is little chance for it to recover.
From the CitrusTV Weather Center, this is SU's most accurate weather forecast.
Today's temperatures were definitely not your average April temperatures, very high above average. April has an average high of 57 and a low of 37. We were definitely way above that. We had a high today of 73 degrees, and yesterday we went all the way up to 80 degrees. Local temperatures right now, mid-60s across the board. Binghamton's the only one still at 70, and they actually went up to 80 again today. Looking at our allergy outlook, as the weather starts to get warmer, we do feel the allergies come on, but we had moderate allergy conditions today. Actually, a lot of tree pollen going around, but as the temperatures cool down for the rest of the week, the allergies will get better. Looking at tomorrow, waking up 49 degrees, definitely cooler than today. We're going to go down to 36 tomorrow, and the rest of the day, 9 a.m., 49 degrees, going to go up to 50 at noon, go back down into the 40s by 6 p.m., but it's really going to feel like the 40s for most of the day, and we're going to have some sun peek through early in the evening. Looking at the conditions tomorrow, mostly clouds across the area. Clouds here in Syracuse, all that sun is going to stick to the east of us. And as we look ahead at the rest of the week, tomorrow, high 52, low 36. Thursday and Friday, we will be getting some sun before we have that rain come in on Saturday and Sunday. But even though we have the rain, the temperatures will be warmer over the weekend.
So we do see those temperatures dip back down, back into the 50s. Are we going to see it come back up and stay in the mid-high 70s?
It'll creep back up for the weekend. Friday will be very nice. We're going to have some sun with higher temperatures. But as we look ahead into next week, it's going to be more streamlined, mid-50s, typical April temperatures. We got pretty lucky today and yesterday.
And I know it's kind of a redundant question at this point, but it came out last night, National Weather Service saying Syracuse is losing the Golden Snowball Award. Is there any chances of us getting it back?
Honestly, no, and I'm pretty happy about that. That's an award I don't need, but it's looking like straight rain going ahead.
All right,
Right, great. Thanks so much.
And coming up on sports, men's lacrosse faces old-time rival Cornell tonight. I'll have your full preview next. Stay tuned.
What are you, superheroes?
Just 4 brothers who hate bullies and love this city.
Gear up, guys.
Got a quarter?
This is the story of a boy who didn't talk for a long time. The boy liked things to always be the same. Any changes would scare and upset him. The unknown was an unfriendly place. The boy was very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where they couldn't get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. He wasn't trying to be mean, it just made him feel uncomfortable. Sometimes he would flap his arms again and again.
One day, I found out I had something called autism. My family got me help. Slowly, I found my voice and learned all the ways I could live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
And now, your Citrus TV Sports Report.
Good evening, I'm Brianna Adams with your sports on the Hill. Now, the Syracuse men's lacrosse squad makes their first appearance as the #1 team in the country tonight as they host longtime rival Cornell in the Carrier Dome. The Syracuse squad took the #1 spot following 2 impressive wins, defeating former #1 Notre Dame over in South Bend by, you guessed it, 1 goal, and then heading back to New York to obliterate Hobart 17-11. Syracuse looks to continue their hot streak against long-standing rival Cornell. Syracuse currently leads the series heading into the school's 102nd meeting. Coach John Desko says the team is preparing for the battle of a century tonight.
Well, you know, I watched them last weekend, and I thought they really came alive against a good Harvard team. Anytime you've got that kind of youth, they're going to be played with a lot of emotion. And you know, again, they started 5 freshmen last year, got a bunch of freshmen on the team this year. So you're worried that they're going to catch fire and build from the Harvard game. So we've got to come out and match that emotion, play smart lacrosse. We need good possessions, need good shots on the goaltender.
Now, Desko and his squad will take on Cornell at 7 at the Carrier Dome tonight. Now on to spring football as they're gearing up for the spring showcase slated for April 22nd. This week, Dino Babers' team focused on special teams practice extensively for the first time all spring. The practice helped new special teams coordinator Justin Lustig get the team fully prepared for their spring debut. Special teams weren't the only department getting special treatment today as Babers focused closely on the defensive side.
There's no doubt the defense is turning it up and it's getting a lot more physical. Sounds a lot more like football. You know, I say it sounds a lot more like Christmas. Well, it sounds a lot more like football. I think anytime you learn a new system, there's going to be difficulties. And I think as you grow as a player, not only changing their bodies, but the tempo of what we play, I think all those things are hard. But I think the biggest thing is the guys are being more physical. They know where to go, they're being more physical, and I think they're having a lot more fun doing it.
And heading over to the baseball diamond, Syracuse softball heads to Buffalo tomorrow for a doubleheader following a rough series against Florida State over the weekend. The Orange was taken victim by the Seminoles after they swept the SU squad in 3 games. Syracuse looks to snap this skid, facing Canisius in their 21st meeting. The Orange holds the all-time record 14-6 heading into tomorrow's doubleheader. First pitch is at 4. And continuing the baseball trends as the Washington Nationals minor league team, the Syracuse Chiefs are in Pawtucket for a 3-game series. They opened the series yesterday in Rhode Island with a huge win, 13-5, the first win of the season after losing miserably to Rochester at home in a 3-game series. For Syracuse fans who would like to watch the game tonight, the Chiefs are hosting a watch party at Crown Plaza, Syracuse. Now heading on to the majors as the Mets face the Phillies in Game 2 of the series over in Philly. The Mets took the first victory 4-3 yesterday, coming back from a 2-run deficit and closing out the victory with a 2-run homer from Jay Bruce. They look to do it again tonight at 7:05 with Matt Harvey on the mound, facing the Phillies pitcher Clay Buchholz. Over in the Bronx, the Yankees continue their series against the Tampa Bay Rays after an impressive performance with Michael Pineda on the mound. Big Mike was heading into the 7th perfect until Rays bully Evan Longoria broke up the game with a double. The Yankees then did Pineda justice, defeating the Rays 8-1 to open up the series. Game 2 goes down at 1:05 on Wednesday.
So now I hear that the Yankees are also doing a lot of upgrades to their stadium and just overall experience. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, over in the outfield by the bleachers used to be this giant wall and you couldn't see the other side of the outfield. They knocked that down and they made a whole outfield experience, including the Toyota Terrace. There's a place where the kids can play and they can play around the World Series trophy. And they have a bunch of new food, lots of good barbecue, a lot of new Asian food too at Yankee Stadium. So
sounds like you should go for a game.
And let's talk a little bit about Syracuse lacrosse. How well are we doing this year compared to previous years?
Oh, they're doing amazing. This is one of the best starts since 1990. If they end up defeating Cornell, which they didn't do last time, they lost in overtime last season. So if they beat them, they're on a 9-1 record, and that is the best record they have had, or best start, since 1990.
All right, thank you, Brianna. We'll be right back.
Taking care of a family member can lead to plenty of questions. Fortunately, there's a place to get the answers, for them and for you. Find articles, tips, and tools from experts and others who have been in your place. The Caregiving Resource Center at aarp.org/caregiving.
Your daughter just had her first breakup. Do you A, put yourself in her shoes? B, console her?
Don't worry, sweetie. This is gonna happen a lot.
Or C, find her a new boyfriend?
Nice, single boys. That was weird.
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Here's your check.
Oh, you got it. You know, since I got rid of my car, I really enjoy walking.
Okay. Got it. No.
Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates.
Oh, you're home early.
You live with your mom?
That'll set your game back a few years. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Welcome back, Gilat. So what should I wear tomorrow?
Yeah, tomorrow's going to be a little cooler than it was today and yesterday. So I know a lot of people weren't wearing jackets today, but you should wear a light jacket tomorrow. That's my suggestion.
And we have a career fair coming up. Lots of people in fancy dress. Do we need an umbrella or not?
Not tomorrow. You won't need one tomorrow, but if it's later in the week, if you're doing anything over the weekend, you will need it for that.
All right, great. Thanks so much. And finally, today is National Pet Day, a day where we can take the time to appreciate and thank our favorite dogs, cats, hamsters, and any other pets you might have. And I know, there's such cute little guys up there, but Nick, you have your own dog, right?
I do have a dog, family dog. His name's Brady. He is adorable, and he also bites a lot of people, so he's a good security system for our home.
New England, is that a Tom Brady reference?
That is a Tom Brady reference. I did not actually get a vote in that say, although I probably would have supported that, but I came home one day, and the other 4 members of my family were saying, hey, we're going to name him Brady.
Well, I hope that you FaceTime with him today to at least see that cute little face and wish him a happy pet day.
And how about you, Gilat?
I had a fish that died. I had another fish that died, and that's where I'm at. But I do hope to get a dog in the near future. I would love a dog.
Oh, what kind of dog?
Golden retriever, something big, something I could play with, throw the ball around.
It's a good call. Any. I used to have a dog, but she unfortunately passed away, so. Aww. It's okay. But that's all the time we're going to have for today. Be sure to follow us on all social media. I'm Jackie Prager.
And I'm Nick Papantonis. Have a good night, and we'll see you tomorrow.